Alright, what up you schmucks? We're gonna be doing some degen shit today. We're gonna be playing Smash or Pass featuring Idol Corp, but I'm gonna lay down a few rules to make it fair. No fan art, no skills, no lore, no personality, and no talent behind the model. We're only judging them based on their current base models only, so no swimsuits or special outfits, cause that would be too easy. With that being said, let's get this shit rolling. Katrina's boobs are very eye-catching. Combined with her bare shoulders makes this area very pleasing to look at. I also like the short skirt and her legs. They complement her thighs like a sandwich. A very simple yet effective design. Smash. For Nikki, I find the colors and accessories to be pretty distracting. Like you got this waist choker, but it doesn't make her breast tight or anything since it's already flat. It's just there. Also, you got these red and green highlights, but they don't serve any purpose in terms of sex appeal. It's mostly present on parts that offer no sex appeal, just her legs. And lastly, I'm not a fan of her big jacket. You can't get a good look at her measurements, such as her breast, waist, and hips. Pass. I like how much skin she shows, and I like what they did with Lily's chest. One of the best ways to make flat chest sexy is the use of presentation. It covers the chest in a unique way, thus making it eye-catching. The tattoo on her waist is pretty hot. It almost acts like a womb tattoo. And lastly, the bandage on her leg is a nice visual standout. Smash. I like the simplicity of this model. I also like this red string around the chest area. It brings out the plumpness of her chest, and the skin she shows is visually striking. However, Emmy's model is pretty basic. Like there's nothing wrong with being basic, but I find it pretty underwhelming. I feel like the frills don't complement the thighs. It feels like they're floating behind the dress, and for me, the red frills ruin the chest area. The pectorals and breasts feel separated. As you can see, the red string underneath adds tightness, but the red frills doesn't add anything in terms of sex appeal. Overall, the model is cute, but is underwhelming in terms of sex appeal. Pass. There are some things that catch my eye, but not in a good way. I don't like how unnatural her hair is, and I really don't like the jacket. It almost covers up her entire body. Sure, there's the legs, but it's pointless if you can't see the thighs. Pass. Much better. This is how you design a cute anime girl with a hoodie. The hoodie is more fit, and it leaves room for the thighs and legs to show. If you know me, girls with baggy clothes and barely anything underneath is pretty hot. Overall, Yuko's design is cute and equally risque. Smash. Do I even need to say? Whoever drew this design, they cranked the submissive and breedable meter up to 11. Juna's got the Dami Mommy bod. She wears a hot jumpsuit that almost matches her skin color. Her suit has a boob window. Her crotch is emphasized by lightning bolts, and her legs are long and thick. Easy smash. Rin has a very cute doll-like figure. I especially like the shorts. It greatly emphasizes her lower body. Her waist, hips, thighs, and legs are very pleasing to look at, despite not being over the top. And lastly, I like the asymmetry on her legs. Smash. Poji's design is cute and equally risque. This model is fully complemented by asymmetry, which highlights her cuteness and sex appeal. The black tank top underneath is very striking. It stands out among her light skin, and the legs are very nice to look at. Having nothing underneath is hot as fuck. Her legs are very smooth, and the bandages are a nice visual standout. Smash. If you haven't seen my other Smash or Pass videos, I realized I've been inconsistent with models that can take off their clothes. I gave Ami a smash for being able to take off her coat, but I passed on Uruka because I thought taking off her jacket felt off. But after doing some thinking, I came to the conclusion, if the model has a toggle to remove clothes, I think it should count towards my bias, since that's part of the model's arsenal. With that being said, let's get back to Fuyo. Her yellow crop top is tight and complements her chest area. The skin she shows is visually striking and catches my attention. And lastly, the waist and legs are aligned nicely, making it pleasing to look at. Smash. Another simple yet effective design. She wears a big shirt with nothing underneath, while also wearing black accessories to highlight parts of her body, which is visually striking. And lastly, the soft vibrant colors are visually appealing to look at. Smash. Roka's model does a lot of things right in terms of sex appeal, but I find the model to be overwhelmingly distracting as a whole. She shows a good amount of skin in the right places, and she has accessories that complement those areas, but so does the entire model. The hair accessories are pretty noticeable. Here I'm more focused on the bow tie instead of her breast. Down here there's 4 things grabbing my attention at once, and the purple highlights are everywhere. I don't hate the model or anything. It's a great design that perfectly captures the punk rock aesthetic. but in terms of sex appeal, I feel like every part of this model is competing for my attention. Pass. I like the chest area, and the legs are pretty thick, but I'm not a fan of the blue dress. Since it's the only thing that's dark blue, it's effective in grabbing my attention, but the dress doesn't do anything in terms of sex appeal. I wish it was a little tighter to emphasize her waist and hips, but it doesn't. And lastly, I feel like Poco's head is abnormally big, mainly the hair. It's got two different blues. It's dark on the top and transitions to a lighter blue at the tip of the hair, which is distracting. Pass. Along with having a badass design, Kai's model has amazing sex appeal. If you close your eyes and open them, the first thing you'll notice is probably her skin or her dark clothes. The skin she shows is visually striking as it makes up a good portion of the model. As for the crop top and booty shorts, the dark coloration is a nice contrast to her light skin, creating visual dichotomy. And because they're tightly fit, they complement her thick figure. And lastly, I like the red scales and her ripped leggings. The red scales highlight her hips and thighs, and the ripped leggings add asymmetry, highlighting both her legs. Easy smash. I think Connie has one of the best flat-chested models in the VTuber space, and that's because it's the meat and potatoes of this model. The jacket leaves a big gap, revealing a good portion of her chest, and the bra she wears is shaped in a unique way that cups her tits, and the balls around it also guide my attention towards the chest area. As you can see, there's a lot of things that highlight her flat chest, but that's not the only thing that makes this model great. Her pants are so skin tight that it might as well be paint, and her thighs are insanely thick. In fact, they're so thick that it leaves tearings on her pants, and when you remove the jacket, not only does it show more skin, but the clothes underneath do a nice job of highlighting certain parts of her body. The belly window is a cute touch, and the bunny suit, which is the white part, complements her crotch area, which beautifully transitions to her thighs and legs. The black corset isn't skin tight, but it's fit enough where it highlights her lower body. And lastly, the bare feet are absolutely breathtaking. Easy smash. And lastly, we got Momo. I like how the black bow tie draws my attention to her boobs, and the thighs are pretty thick, but that's about it. In terms of sex appeal, I find the model kind of boring overall. Even though the sex appeal is there, I don't find it extraordinary, and the parts that do stand out aren't related to sex appeal, such as her polka dot bow tie, her bright yellow hair with pink accents, the white frills of her dress, the pink bow tie on her shoe, and this tentacle. You would think that a tentacle wrapping around a cute anime girl's thigh would be hot as shit, but I find it kind of distracting. There's so many things that draw my attention away from what's supposed to be sexy. It's clear that the charm from this model comes from cuteness instead of sex appeal. Pass. Alright, that's all the members in Idol Corp. If you enjoyed it, maybe you should like and sub to the channel. Who knows? Maybe you'll get to bang your Oshi. Alright, see ya.